What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today, this is November the 1st, 2017. Excuse me, I've jumped a whole year. And I am starting a new series. Last month, for those who don't know, last month was Inktober, and it just ended yesterday, October 31st, Halloween. And I completed Inktober for the entire month, and it was really, really cool. It's so cool, in fact, that I decided to do another theme, try to do another theme for November. And this particular theme, I am going to do something a bit more serious, a bit more educational, more scientific in nature, where I'm going to be dealing with anatomy of different animals, mainly skulls of of various creatures on Earth. And it's just something that I've always been interested in anatomy. I've always been like a science type individual, And I figure, why not? Since I'm on this roll, this kick, this high of drawing, let's keep it going. So I said, what can I do next? So the idea of skulls came to mind. And I know it sounds weird, like why are they drawing skulls? Like I said, it's mainly for educational reasons. It's mainly the purpose of it. When someone sees this video, they will gain a certain level of education. At least that's what I hope. So I figure, why not? Now today, starting off this November series, we have the skull of the African elephant. The largest elephant. Well, elephants are the largest land animals, but the largest elephant is the African elephant. They're larger than the Asian, or more specifically the Indian elephant. Different ears and different structure overall, but I said to myself, why not? Why not? Why not try? Why not? Why not do it? Excuse me. So there's 30 days in November, and for 30 days, I'm going to be drawing a different skull. And I was very, very careful about the skulls that I chose as a subject, mainly because there are many animals whose skeletal structure is very similar. So I wanted to make sure that when I pick these particular skulls, that people won't mistake them for being the same animal. And if they come from like the same family, I will make a distinction in the description so people won't mistake these for being the same animal and thinking that I'm recycling the same drawings and stuff. So I was very, very particular about that. Just so there's no confusion, because there's always gonna be somebody saying, "Well, you did the same animal." No, it's not the same animal. Not the same animal. So I was very, very particular about that. I wanted to make sure that I addressed that. So I chose, the elephant as the first, and I have a list here. I have a list of different animals I'm gonna do, and I've already kind of like gets pre-drew, pre-drew, whatever you call it. These animals. Because it's gonna be, I know it's gonna be tedious work. I know this. It's gonna be tedious. It's gonna be draining at times. So I wanted to make sure that I come in with this, you know, understanding that. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Now, I say this is the African elephant, or the scientific term, quote unquote scientific term, is the uh, Loxodonta africana. Elephants. You see a lot of elephants in the circus. Or if you're old enough, you remember the movie Dumbo, the elephant with the giant ears and stuff like that. So they're very large animals. They're like, TV doesn't do it justice. Like every time I saw an elephant, it doesn't do it justice when you see an elephant in person as opposed to seeing it on TV. Elephants are big. Like those are some massive animals. Even being far away from them, it still doesn't. It just doesn't do it justice. The sheer size of these animals, but they can be very gentle, and they can also be very ferocious. I've seen footage of elephants. Where they feel threatened, or they feel like their offspring are threatened. It get real. When elephants decide to get serious, there ain't nothing to play with either. So elephants have been used throughout history in war. They were like elephants were like the first tanks, because depending on who you were fighting, certain land areas never seen an elephant. So when you see this large creature with these huge teeth or tusk, like it's certain people just couldn't conceive an animal that huge if they've never seen it. So you know they were used in war. It's like I said, battle tanks. They pretty much were battle tanks. So with this, usually like I would color 'em, but I don't want to color these. I want to do these, black and white, with some cross hatching and things like that. So I want to get a little more technical with this. So I got a whole bunch of animals coming. So this is the first one, the elephant. Tomorrow will be the dog. Day 3 will be a dolphin. Day 4 will be a shark. Day 5 will be a snake. Like I'm going in with this. It's getting serious over here. This is real. This is real. Yeah, but elephants, developed during, like, it was called the Pliocene. The descendants of the woolly mammoth. And if you want to see, like, other elephants. You can go to the zoo, like the me being from Washington D.C. I'm used to seeing elephants in the zoo, or you can go to the Smithsonian Museum in Washington D.C. and see a uh, a stuffed elephant named Henry. If anybody who knows about the Natural History Museum of the Smithsonian, you go to the museum, you see that real big elephant in the rotunda. Well, his name is Henry. He was named after the person who killed him, basically. So Henry the elephant, that's his name. So those who go to the Smithsonian, they see that big elephant. His name is Henry. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he either he was or he still is the largest elephant on record, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think if I remember that correctly. But I think so. I think I'm correct on that. That, yeah, Henry is the largest elephant on record, and it is huge. That just tells you how large they are and how large they can get. So doing my little cross hatching here. Coming out good so far. Like one of them old like turn of the century history books on animals. That's what it looks like. I wasn't going for that look, but that's what it looks like. And with cross hatching, you gotta be careful not to overdo it with all the lines. You know, sometimes less is more. And these two right here are the little tusk. You probably think, why the tusk is so small? Well, the tusk are pretty much like teeth, and if you like any other teeth, human teeth, cat teeth, all that stuff. You have the covering, the enamel of like your teeth, which is like the ivory of the elephant's tusk. The enamel, the ivory is like the enamel, and then you have the actual bone itself. This is actually what's left of the bone that will make the tusk. do some more cross hatching to make it darker. So here's another challenge for me. 30 days of skulls. Let's see how it turns out. I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. Just gotta learn how to pace myself so I don't really overwork myself with this, because this is pretty ambitious. It's very detailed. It's more detailed than the Inktober drawing that I did. So I gotta pace myself with this so I don't really burn myself out and then end up quitting, my own challenge because I'm fatigued. So I gotta be mindful of the artistic fatigue. And artists know about the artistic fatigue. They know what I'm talking about. Where you just you try to do so much, instead of pacing yourself properly, that you end up running out of gas or steam, so to speak, and you end up too tired to draw. That happens. It happens a lot to artists because artists don't know how to really uh don't really understand their mind and their body properly. I mean, drawing or being an artist is more than just putting pen to paper or pencil to paper or paint to canvas and just painting. It's more to it than just that. You know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you mentally, and by extension, takes a lot out of you physically. So, and when you're mentally drained, your body will follow. Once you're mentally drained, you're gonna be physically drained soon after. And if you don't know how to manage your mind, meaning if you don't understand how your brain works, then you will overrun it. I mean, the brain, it's an organ that works like a muscle, and pretty much organs and muscles basically work the same. You can overrun your organs. You overrun your muscles. Like, even your organs will get fatigued. Your organs can get tired. Your muscles can get tired. And if you don't give it time to rest, or if you don't really if you don't really understand how your muscles or how your brain works, you will you can run the risk of overworking those muscles and those organs in the name of art, and you could do more harm than good. So when you're dealing with something as ambitious as this, as like a 30-day challenge, like an Inktober, one of the reasons why a lot of people quit an Inktober or something like this is because they haven't built the endurance. They haven't built the stamina. There's no stamina there. So if there's no stamina, then you will just burn out before you really even get started. You'll start off strong. You can start off, doing pretty well. You do like maybe 1, 2, 3 days. That fourth day, that fifth day, you start to get tired. You start getting unmotivated, and before you know it, you stopped your challenge. It happens a lot. So what I did, I said, okay, let me do a challenge that I actually like. I like drawing. I like the anatomy, so I like drawing the skulls. It's details. That's why I gotta know how to. I can't just keep drawing and drawing and drawing. I gotta do one a day. Like, just stick with one a day. Don't try to go crazy. Just do what you can. Don't try to go nuts. And if you get in that zone where you could do more than one, okay. But don't think it's gonna be like that every single time unless you built the endurance for it. If you haven't, don't do it. If you don't have the endurance for it, don't try to run yourself crazy. Don't do it. Do what you can. Do the best you can with what you can. So excuse me. Uh, And because it's not a whole lot of, you know, things on here, you basically be done quick. So let's see, this is November 1st. All right. And it's basically the African elephant. Hope you all enjoyed my first African elephant skull drawing of November. Leave a comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.